we are solving equations. We have been manipulating some equations to like solve for y if we're trying to put things in slope-intercept form. If I gave you something like 9x minus 17 equals 2x plus 4, and told you to solve that equation, what would you do?
Subtract 9x.
Okay, we need x's on one side and numbers on the other. Does it matter if I subtract over my 9x or if I subtract over my 2?
No.
No, it's not going to matter which side you get your x's on. So that's the first thing I want to stress. Won't matter. Really want to encourage you guys to show your work here because there's a lot of mistakes made with negatives and things. And if you're not showing your work, you're more likely to do that. So do you want me to move my 9 or my 2? 2. Okay. So if I subtract the 2x, and if you subtracted the 9x, that's fine. You'll get the same thing. So 9x minus 2x is 7x minus 17 equals 4. What would we do now?
Add 17.
So 7x equals 21. Then so x is 3. Is it possible to check your work on these?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you plug it back into the original equation, it should work. If I put in a 3, 27 minus 17 is 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. So it works. All right, let's try another one. What if I give you what's the first step?
You have to distribute.
You have to distribute. You get 8x minus 12 equals 16x plus 8. Are you guys remembering all of this? Okay. So then I need my x's on the same side. So if I chose to subtract over my 16x, 8 minus 16 would be a negative 8x minus 12 equals 8. Add over the 12. Then what?
Negative 8 divided by 20.
20
divided by negative 8.
Divide by our negative 8. Okay, grab a calculator. 20 divided by negative 8 doesn't work out perfectly, but give me the fraction in lowest terms.
Negative 5.2.
So it's okay if your answer isn't a whole number. That one okay. What if I gave you, let's try a hard one. do we do here? Somebody's gonna tell me something. I'm just gonna sit here until you do.
Distribute.
Distribute. What would I distribute through the first one? It's like a negative 1. So negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times 5 is a negative 5. Through the second parenthesis, we're also distributing a negative 1. So negative 1 times 2 is negative 2. Negative 1 times 5x is negative 5x. Still have this 8x equals a 3x minus 5. I want everybody to pay attention right here. This is the number one place where I see mistakes. When I look, all of these x's, they are on the same side of the equation. So all we are doing is combining them. Okay, you only have to like add x if you're moving it to the other side. So I'm just combining like terms. So all I have is negative 1 plus negative 5 plus 8. What does that give me? Negative 5 minus 2. It's on the same side. We're not changing signs. Just negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. All right, now we are solving for x. So let's say I subtract my 2x this time. Then I have negative 7 equals x minus 5. Does it matter that my x is on the right-hand side?
No.
No, I already told you it could be either side. Then to move my negative 5 to the other side of the equation, we add it. We get negative 2 equals x. All right. You guys feel like you remember how to solve these equations? So, what you are going to do now, you are going to get 2 sheets of paper. Okay, the first one has all the problems. You are solving each of these problems. You can't do the second sheet of paper until the first one is done. Okay, once you complete each of these problems, then you will be able to do this second sheet of paper. Now it tells you, here, let me hand them out and then I'll show you. Okay. So what's going to happen is you solve all the equations. Now it tells you can to cut them out and glue them. I don't really care if you do that. But then you come to this pyramid looking side. So it tells you the first, you're going to start with question G and B. All right? And so once you get those problems and you solve them and figure out what x equals. So let's pretend on G you got your x to be 3. And on B you got x to equal 2. The next problem in the pyramid, it tells us the solution is the sum of the 2 directly above it. So what's 3 plus 2? 5. So the next problem is whichever one had a solution of 5. Does that make sense? Now I totally made these numbers up, so don't write them down thinking those are actually the solutions for B and G. But solve all the problems. You can work them out on your notebook paper or on the back of these papers, whatever. Write your answer in the circle, and then fill out the pyramid. I would like if you work with somebody so you can kind of catch mistakes. So do you want me to pick groups, or do you guys want to? All right, let's do groups of 2 or 3. So if you would like to work with some people, you can move around as long as everybody